So Oprah, although I don't know that she's exactly in Bilderberg, she is part of another little group called the Good Club, which includes Bill Gates, George Soros, Warren Buffett. This was reported on by The Guardian some years ago. And their whole modus operandi is depopulation. So I would say that maybe not directly, but indirectly, that it would relate to Bilderberg people, sure.
What do you think about that, Tommy?
Well, I think that for a very long time, we didn't give a crap about anything like this, right? I used to bring up groups like Bilderberg and watch everybody that I knew glaze over. You know what I mean? Like they just did not want to hear it. And I think we're getting to a place now where you can start to bring up these conversations, or Bohemian Grove, or any of the, of these, conspiracy theories that we know damn well now aren't conspiracy theories, right? It absolutely been played out, and we know that they're going out into the woods and doing grab ass or whatever they're doing out there, right? People have gone out there to see them, and these are very famous individuals. I think it almost gets back to what I was saying on the last answer. I think this is our shot, right? I believe that this is our opportunity to either do something or not, because right now I think all of the world is looking at this, and they're all talking about things like human tea and stuff like that. Yeah, this is our shot.
So Jay's got two more Oprah revelations. Is the next one?
If you look at, for example, the Roman Catholic abuse, pedo stuff for the last several decades, you'll find a lot of parallels with those operations as well. They always use, it's kind of a technology of compromise. It's the same pattern and maybe like structure of how they do this. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's not connections to people at that level. I'm sure there is.
In your intro, you mentioned about Epstein and you mentioned about the Franklin scandal. What parallels do you see with those cases with the Diddy case?
Yeah, I mean, again, there's several. There's King Cora, there's Elm Guest House, there's Franklin. I did a podcast maybe 2 weeks ago, a week ago, where I was covering all of these that I could think of and find that had similar patterns. And so I think I came up with about 16 of these cases where you had this element of a network that is kind of in on it. Doesn't have to be a whole lot of people. It can be a handful of people. And essentially they are utilizing espionage techniques to lure and entrap people in a way in situations that either they're willing or not willing. So you might have a situation where people are drugged. They wake up next to a prostitute. They wake up next to somebody underage. Hey, we got you on tape. You messed up last night. You shouldn't have done that. But look, we're gonna help you out. We're gonna be your friend. That seems to be really obvious and what's going on in the Epstein situation. If you read in depth into that, he obviously had a lot of capabilities that really.
And huge parallels there with Diddy and what Adrian just said, isn't there, Tommy?
Yeah, and again the depravity, right, of these people and these groups. If 2 years ago, if you had said, if you had accused Diddy of what he is allegedly being accused of now, and you did that a couple of years ago, you would have been laughed out of the arena as a conspiracy theorist. You know what I mean? And I think we're starting to really understand. And there are people out there that are doing some research instead of just taking the mainstream media kind of BS party line that they always dish out. There are people now that get online and start looking this stuff up and start watching other programs. The new media, honestly, the new media's got to be terrifying them.